All right, we might as well start. Oh, wrong screen. There we go. I always do that. All right. Today we're just looking at bugs and fixing bugs. I'm pretty sure that's where we left off last time. I'm just going to git status my directory. Everything's up to date. I pushed everything last time, so that is good. We did something with the documents. Essentially, we added in the delete functionality into the documents. And yes, now we're just going in and fixing stuff up. So first bug off, we'll skip the first two. Because the second one I've got to set up anyway. User is not prompted when failing a change task. So this will be very similar to the other one too. I should be linking these two. Sorry. And I do believe we've got some functionality in Near Beach already to actually do this. Now, I'm just going to fix up my little... oh, there it goes. So it's going to be about there. Oh, so close. There we go. All right. Cool. So let's jump into this. Let's close all. Let's go npm run watch. So we're just running the thing. And we are running the debug mode. It's just compiled, which is all good and dandy. I am going to turn off that just for the moment. Gonna turn it off just for a second. All right, cool. I will be implementing a dark mode eventually. So yeah. Now, so. Oh, so if we actually go to list all, we've got request for changes. So we've got one that's approved. So if we go into here, got to start the RFC. We've already got them failed and successfully finished. All right, I'm just going to close this one. We might need to build a new RFC. And we do have to set up this and so forth like that. More databases. I'm just going to create a couple. All right. Okay, so these two we want a modal to appear. Okay, Max, you just want to play with your little mouse. All right, so when someone clicks on it, we want a modal to appear. And then we want to be able, if they approve, it will send it somewhere else. Now we've done this before and I forgot where. So, let's have a look at the source code. So source, JavaScript components. Okay, we want, this will most likely be under modules. Could be under wizards, or might not be under, it could easily be definitely not in there. All right. sure. Archive cards. Confirm archive card. So we've got it as a thing here. So not exactly. Oh, sorry. Oh. Not exactly a something which we could reuse. But that brings us up to a good sort of place to start. Let's have a look at Kanban board functionality. So we've got it under archive cards. Do we have it under? Yeah, all right. So, and hello, Math Source. How are you today? I hope you're going well. I am just trying to find out where I've done particular functionality and sort of reuse that functionality elsewhere. So I'll essentially in an RFC, so request for change, I've got these two buttons where I've got task success and task fail. Essentially I want a modal to pop up to double check that the user wants to either success or fail that. Yes, yeah. Glad to meet you too. So yes, I'm using VueJS as the front end and Django as the back end. Django is more of a hybrid. It does do very minimal template rendering. And that's just to render the tags that are required. All right, so going back to here, so we have an archive card here. Do I teach people? Not really. But you're more than welcome to ask questions on stream and I'll see what I can do. All right, so I could do something similar with this is the confirm card archive stuff. We kind of want something similar. So when they click archive card, it gets the card information and archives it. Fair enough. There's free Codecamp, which is a great resource for learning web development and stuff like that. I do actually have a Discord and a Twitter and YouTube. So yeah. But my biggest thing about learning is because programming is very, very practical. Just start creating small projects. It doesn't have to be big. It can be something very quick and easy, just for you to get your head around a particular concept. So I've got a cat rubbing up against me at the moment. He wants his toy mouse thrown. So yeah, build something. Build something. It could be as tiny as just a to-do list, or something like clicking on a button makes something change on the screen. To figuring out, all right, cool, I want to do something where I've got a bar which goes 100% across the screen like that, but doesn't move, and all that kind of stuff. And hello, Thrumby. How are you? Or Throby. I'm really bad with names. Do you know how to develop apps? Like mobile applications? No, not really. However, I would use stuff like Electron.js just because it's built on JavaScript and I won't need to learn another language. But that being said, I know a bit of C#, I know a bit of C++, I know a bit of this and I know a bit of that. So for me, jumping on a more native language, I could. Sorry, cat is just, there you go, Max. So yeah, I haven't actually developed anything for Android or iOS yet. Yeah, just haven't had the time, really. But once again, I will go through a similar process where I'll start off with something small and then build upon it. As for desktop applications and stuff like that, I did, that was, what year are we in, 2023? Well over 10 years ago now. And I was using C++ with the Qt framework. And we were building tools for databases and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so we do have this here. We have two different things. Oh, all right. It's going to be different. Okay. I'm probably going to need the whiteboard for this at the moment. Okay, JS Paint. I know it always screws up on me, this JS Paint, but oh well. Okay, so at the moment what we've got is, let's take it down to the smallest component that we need to worry about. We've just got one item. Okay. Like this. So we've got two buttons. Yeah. I probably won't be able to answer till later. Like so. So the idea is when someone clicks on these, we don't want to create two different modals. We kind of want to create one modal where we'll feed in props values. All right. And then from that, we can get the answer from here. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? So this will be the modal. We just need one modal. Are you sure? Yes, no. No, we'll just kill the modal whatsoever. Yes, we'll do something depending on the instructions sent down through the props. So I think that's going to be the simplest way of doing it. I don't think I can reuse this archive cards or confirm archive cards component because this is very specific to that particular thing. So yeah, let's look at our source, our JavaScript, our components. In this sort of case, this is RFC, so request for change. We do actually have models down here. So what we want to do is new file. This is the hardest part. We've got to find out the name. And I'm drawing a blank. Confirm. Or actually, should we put it under change tasks? I think it does look. Confirm change task closure. I feel like, yeah, it does belong under request for change. Confirm change task closure .view. Okay, and then template, yep. Script, yep. Nope. Alright, I like to set it up like this. Oops. This will become confirm. I think this is just usually an object. export default object, yeah. Confirm change task closure. Okay, and then we know we're going to have props. They're going to be an object, so we want to know if it's pass or failed. So, or success or fail. So in this sort of case, what we want is closure status. That will be type of string. Just give me 2 seconds. I wonder if we can do this as an enum. All right, Nocturnal, how are you going? I hope you're going well. All right, just wait. VueJS 3 prop enum. You're all right, just preparing a demo of the test pipeline I built. Oh, nice. Props. Yeah, all right. That's not how I usually do stuff. Oh, yes, I'm going great. Just a bit tired today. I'm gonna try and go to bed early tonight and ride into work tomorrow morning. Because it's been a few days since I've actually ridden and I'm really getting antsy. All right, so props, that's the old way of setting up props. However, the newish way is this way. However, that being said, let's see if there's an example. Usually, oh, that's data. Yeah, I get very antsy and stuff like that if I don't exert off enough energy or burn off enough energy. All right, so that's how we're doing it, except we actually have a default instead of required. And I'm just wondering if there is an ability to I'm looking into this. This is probably string number boolean array object date. Yeah, all right, not a problem. We'll leave it as default as nothing. Actually, let's go required. Oh, no, default nothing. And then what will actually happen is it'll break stuff out. There's layout set works. Doesn't look like I'm affected though. Still roughly. Ooh, yeah, no, that would be. Hopefully you aren't affected by that. That sounds horrible. I'm sorry you're going through that. All right, so closure status. And then up here, let's, where's that? Let's copy this because we don't need to rewrite the wheel. All right. So model fade, archive cards model. No, this will be, now we confirm change task closure. Silent times, yeah, it's not a fun time, but hopefully in a couple of months it'll happen in the opposite direction. Hopefully. And then, you know, people get more and more money because they're like, you know what, I'm going to leave this place for another job, and because they're offering X amount of K more than you guys are, and yada, yada, yada. So, hopefully. Label pie. This is change task closure. You sure you want to close the task? We need the task ID. Close the following task. So what we want, task information, and then after that, yeah, pretty sure that's it. So what we want to do is we want to feed in this task. Or do we? Oh yes, fair enough. Fair enough. The code is calling you. Alright, sorry, I'm getting distracted. So, how did I do that in this? So, archive destination, archived, oh, so I passed that information into it. Using VueJS. I learned a lot in my role, but I'm happier when I'm writing code. Oh, fair enough. Oh, no. We all know I just get distracted by anything. So don't worry about that. A book could fall off my shelf and I'll be like, what the hell? For about 5 minutes. Alright. So I need to tell this modal what's happening. So I might need some information. Oh, sorry. So we've got archive destination, archive destination string. Meaning this prop I created, that could be moved into the VueJS. But it could also stay here, which is fine. Because this will be going upstream. Because we only want one modal rendered out. We don't want thousands and thousands of modals if there's thousands and thousands of tasks. Alright, so instead of actually having it as a prop, we're probably going to have to move this to the VueJS. So when someone clicks on one of those buttons, it will modify the VueJS and then open up the modal. And due to the fade of the modal, that will give it enough time for all that data to pass through. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just ignore that clicky noise. It's just my cube. Okay, so straight off the bat, bang, we're ignoring that. We're map getters from VueJS, and then computed. So wait, is that a function? No, it's an object. Dot map getters, and then we have our data in here. Okay. So we want to go down to our VueJS. we have one for change tasks already, so we're going to hijack that one. There's no need to actually create a bunch of files and so forth like that. Yeah, we've got it here. So what we need to do, we need to put that information in here. And this is the fun part. This is so the closure status. So change task closure status. Now that will be just an empty string. And change task closure ID. And that would be a 0 straight off the bat. When someone clicks on to close change task, I.e success failure. Alright, cool. Oh, we need to get rid of that. So when it updates change task, that's perfectly fine. We want update closure. Update closure. We've got our state, we've got our payload, and then all of a sudden we've got state dot. I feel like we don't need the. And I feel like if I copy this. Paste it in here, and then I just key in 1, 2, 3, and so forth. We should be fine. And then down here we just go closure status equals payload.closure status, and the same with state.closure ID equals payload.closure ID. Okay, cool. And then we'll send data upstream. We get this, then we got closure status, and that will be get closure status, and then closure ID is going to be get closure ID. All right, and I just realized this isn't in alphabetical order, so I will fix that up very quickly. Cool, and then yeah, I just need to get change task closure ID. Okay, that's the one difference we need to do. Return state dot closure ID. In this sort of case, change task closure, which would be up here. Get change task closure status. Pass through, return state dot status. And that will be down here, get change task. And that kind of makes me want to say I should update this to all change tasks sort of stuff. You know, it's just, I do want to be consistent. Oh, it should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. All right, so that should get data. Now the problem is it's not going to get all the data we require. Okay. For example, we might want when someone clicks on this, we might want this information. But we can get that, I think. One way to find out. Let's actually have a look at our Vue console. Let's open this up. Let's go RFC test plan. So we've got a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna sit here. If we have a look at the VueJS stuff, which it's not showing. Sometimes this happens. I'm gonna reload. There you go, VueJS. If you look at change tasks, none of that information pops through. Don't have that information to feed through. Could be one of those things that I just feed through the ID. And are you sure you want to close the change task number, and then just have chain, it would be, what do we call it? Closure ID. Like so. And then with question mark. And then we've got close modal. Are you sure you want to archive the card? This cannot be undone. Oh, that's going to be a finish. Am I using Prime View? I don't remember what extension I've got on. No, I think I'm using Vuetra. It's a library. Oh, no then. No. I don't even know what it is. Oh, nice. But no, I'm not using it. Ooh, this looks nice. I'm done. Yeah. Prime faces here. I'm back here. I don't know how many ads you got. Hopefully only one. But yeah, this looks nice. But no, I'm not using it. I'm using Naive. UI. If I can spell naive. So I'm using, yeah, this one. However, I haven't applied it to any of the buttons and stuff like that. I mainly am just using the components in this. So, for example, with the date pickers and so forth like that, and the selects. Yeah. Alright, getting back to this. So when they click on so set task to, and then what we want is closure status here. So that's the button, close modal. All right, we're over. Are you sure you want to, and this is where we change this. Are you sure you want to close the change task? And then we've got closure ID with the status of, and then closure status. And then question mark, and then no will be closed modal, yes will be archive cards. So down here we just got to do our methods, and that is an object. Still on item. Oh, okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize how long the ads are going. That's a bit concerning. Considering I don't put on many ads. Anyway. To answer your question, no, I haven't used Prime View or Prime Faces before. For Near Beach, I'm using Naive UI for some of the components, but not all of them. So a lot of the input components and so forth like that are just Bootstrap on top. So yeah, a lot of the buttons would be Bootstrap and so forth like that. But I've got stuff like selects, which is I can't find them in here. No. All right, I can't find them in there. Sorry. Essentially date time pickers and so forth like that. So yeah. For me to actually upgrade everything to another sort of different tool set, it will just be too expensive time-wise for me to do it. A potential thing in the future is if I wanted to sort of remove Bootstrap and actually have my own sort of CSS and all that kind of stuff, potentially in the future, but otherwise at the moment that'd be not. I started a system with VueJS last week. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, how are you finding it? I think VueJS was the first sort of JavaScript framework I got to use. Outside using pure like JavaScript and jQuery, I'm talking like out of the Angular, React, and VueJS, I used VueJS first just because where I was working. So yeah. Just copy and paste. Yes, that is good to hear. That is, yeah, that's the good thing about having all these components sort of boiled down into stuff which you can reuse everywhere. And that's the idea of stuff like React and Vue.js and so forth like that, is you create these sort of components that can be used in multiple places. So this component will be used in two different ways. So one, when you the idea of this particular component that I'm building right now is to query the person whether or not they were meant to do that functionality that they clicked on. And yeah, I'm just going to have it in two different places. It's mostly friendly framework. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by my cat's socks. So here she is. She's like, oh, scratch me. Yeah. This is paired programming. I used React with Material UI, was quite good, but I just ended. I was just editing someone else's work, so they did all the hard work. Yeah. But that's also another good thing about having everything sort of componented out, is sometimes you just focus on that one component. And hello, Bekoli Bot, about publishing a website. Can someone who knows about this helps? Yeah, you can use tools like Vercel. You can, depends on the site, really. Like if I would give different results if it's like a WordPress site versus a static site and so forth like that. Nowadays, there's a lot of tools out there for you to use. I'm trying to think if I use Vercel. I've used something before, but otherwise, currently Nearbeach is running off AWS and Azure. It is migrating slowly, and I've got to start actually doing it next month, migrating everything to Azure. So yeah, I've got a big task ahead of me. All right, methods. We need the method close modal. Close modal. So what we want to do here is just clear all data in VueJS. So this will be this dot $state. No. Oh god, my brain at the moment. Sorry, this is a long day at work. It's not a mint because we're not emitting it upstream. Alright. Okay, that's not what we need. What we need is this one to stay open. So commit, store commit. Why isn't it popping up? We've got the VueJS. Sorry, I'm just double checking just this $store commit. All right, so it's something. Okay, just clear out. So what we want is up here, we want update closure. It really should be update change task closure. I do want to be consistent with how I'm naming things, which is why sometimes I sit down and think a little too long about naming things. All right, update closure. So we've got change. Oh, this is a good point. It should be. No, all that's good. All that's good. Okay. Closure ID, and that will be nothing. That will be 0. It's not this. And closure status will be nothing. All right, cool. Just clears all the data upstream, and then close the modal. This is my little trick here. So I've got document.get element by ID. Essentially, because this is going to be the only modal on here, we just click on this ID. We just go boom, boom. We'll just go click. All right. Sweet. So that's close modal. And the next thing is we don't want archive cards. We want to have close change task. It's one other thing which I want to have a look on here. Okay, no more cards. So close change task. And that will be bang in here. We need it as a function. Now we've got the ID, which is great news. So we'll be getting the ID from the VueJS. So from state management. So now we just need to send it into the back end. In which case we don't need to do much. Depending if it's successful or fails, depends what we do. So what we want to actually get at socks, we stop walking back and forth. Come here. There we go. You just want treats. All right. So what we need to do is we need to minimize all this. We need to open up source. We need to open up JavaScript. We need to open up components. We need requests for change, modules, and then task list. So in the task list, we've got it setting to fail and not. So we've got the change task status here, which is inputted through and set through as the form data. And we've got the ID and the status. All right, so we really need to cut this from here and then rejigger it in the modal. Oops, sucks, I need my keyboard. Like so. So in here, we just need it in here for the moment. I don't know why it's formatted like this. This isn't the nicest. Oh, sucks. Jesus. I nearly gave her a little tap on the nose. Okay. Straight off the bat, this will actually be this closure status. And it'll be the closure ID. I don't know why this is formatted like this. We're using map function to map every single variable change without having to write the loop functions. All right, so this dot change task list. Oh. Actually, this is a little bit more complicated than it is. Okay. So what's happening here is it's mapping out that change. And it's actually updating the status of the change task. All right. We still want this. That's why I'm commenting it out to add back into code. All right. So what we want actually happening is when they do update all this, we want this to sort of do its magic. Now I've got to think of what is the best solution for this. What I could potentially do is prop this information in, because I should be somewhere near where I can actually get this information, and then sort of do this mapping functionality but emit it back out, so that way the other data takes care of it. But I feel like that's probably not going to be the best solution. The other thing is, what I could potentially do is, after all of this has been successful, admit this back out into, and then get it to activate a particular function. So what I'm trying to say is putting this function back into the change task list. So we've just taken it out of here and so forth like that. So that will update the thing. And then what we want to do is we want to update the status of one particular row. We can have another function, update singular change task status, and we can key that in like there, just down here. And then when we edit that function, we admit that data upstream, which will hit this particular function, and then everyone's happy. And I think that will be the easiest solution here. So update single change task status. And that will be the exact same change task ID and change task status, so forth like that. Okay. So first off, let's update the view X with the data we want. So this $store.commit, and what we want to do is we just need to copy and paste the values almost from here. So we just copy this, paste it in here. All right, so we've got the type, update, closure, and so forth like that. So the closure ID will be change task ID, and then up here will be change task status. Like so, this is probably just a style thing, but I normally have an API object for each entity, so I can extract the API away from the presentation logic code. Probably have, I normally have an API object for each entity. Oh, okay. I don't think I can do that in my current state. I think at the moment I just want to get this up and working, and then I can probably, once it's all settled, I can sit down and double check how the change task functionality works and set it up properly. Yeah. Because yes, I will definitely agree, this is getting a bit confusing. This is like Frank passes Bob a note, and Bob passes Jane an amendment on that note, and all that kind of weird stuff. So yeah, I will admit this is getting a bit crazy. Just to get this working like it used to. So now I can cut that out, I can paste that in here, I can undo this, I can delete that line, I can zip this down. I can move that up there. All right, cool. So once it's done, the hell is going on? Okay. Data has been updated. Update local. So that will be a this dollars emit. And then we want update single change task. Did we call it that? And then what we need is the data for this. So that will be, we are going to copy the same names. So we are going to paste them in. We are going to agree like bang, bang. Okay, and then we need it just to be this dot closure ID, dot closure status, and then we just need a v on when we actually put this in. Okay, which we should do. So this is the list up here. So loop. All right, so we want to go after the loop, after all this. Okay, cool. So we want confirmation modal. Okay, and then we need confirm change task closure. But we need a v on. I am just going to nick it from here. And then update single task change task and stuff like that. And then I'm just going to bang that onto another line. Everyone should be happy. I'm actually going to bang this onto a new line too. Bang, like so. Get rid of the space. Hit save. Alright. And then all we need to do at this particular point is when someone clicks on those success and failures, we need to update change. Oh, shoot. All right. I've overcomplicated this. For one, the next thing is this particular functionality will break all other functionality in there. I am going to revert everything back. I think I can do this better. I think I can do this so much better. That way it doesn't actually change any of this and so forth like that. So I'm gonna kill the this, git reset and hard. Luckily I pushed everything last time, so it's only just the code that I changed today. Git status, we should still have that confirm task closure here. I'm just going to there is one thing which I do need to solve. Alright. And that is how to pass the data through. And in this sort of case, I probably don't need sorry, I'm just having a think how I can pass data from up here. So first off, I'm actually going to delete this. Alright, because we're not going to do it this way anymore. We're actually going to use an emit function. Oh, that's a commit. In this sort of case, we are going to delete that too. So this is going to close the modal. We're going to use emit. So it'll be this dollars emit, bang, and then we still want to pass through those variables, the closure ID and the closure status. And I'm just wondering if we still want to use the VueX for that, or we should use a prop. My guess is let's use a prop. This is going to be 10 times simpler. It's one way. That's this data. Sorry, Socks, you're gonna have to sit here. I need my mouse. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna have props. We're gonna have closure ID. This will be type number default 0. Then we're gonna have closure status. That will be type string default nothing. All right, and then when we admit this all up, we will have, we scroll down to the update status down here. Sorry, I was actually meant to copy these two. Oh, I don't know if that, oh. We'll figure this out. This dot closure ID. Dot closure status. Worst case scenario, I might need a dictionary in between here and there. Let's have a look at what VueJS emit function, emit to parent does. Multiple arguments. Alright, accept all cookies. So emit students, programs, alright, on options. Oh, okay, they've got it like this. We might need a dictionary. So what we'll need to do is, let's have a look at our change task list. Let's see if there's a close change task. So there isn't a close change task. So what we can do is we can do something like this. Close change task. I have to do it like that. And then we'll just translate it. So, oops, socks, a bit late. I really need to get a cat cam soon. All right, jumping onto this. Change task lists, new change task. All right, let's bang this open. This is gonna be, oh no, wait, I don't need this. Oh wait, I'm so tired. Confirm change task closure. Alright, so what we want to do is confirm that. Alright. Like so. Alright, cool. We'll edit the props in a minute and so forth like that. So we'll just go bind, and then what will be is, oh My brain is just not memorizing anything. Closure ID and closure status. ID equals, and then we'll make some data up here. Closure ID. It's going to be the same thing. Closure status. Yep, cool. Same as before. So what we want is type is number, default is going to be 0, and we're all happy with that. And then type is string, default is string. All right, cool. So closure ID is going to be closure ID. We're keeping the same variable names just because it makes it so much simpler when we're sending stuff up and down, so forth like that. That way we don't have different names on different levels, which is going to drive people nuts. It'll be me. Status. All right, cool. And then v on, and then it'll be close change task equals, and then close change task. And we've got it, and we've got to have the $event pass through, and we've got to essentially go down here to the methods. Close change task. So I'm going to put a little note pin like user has selected yes to close the change task from the modal. And then all I need to do, and this will be options. All I need to do is this dot update change task status options dot, and then we'll have the close. Now, did we say change task ID or closure ID? Change task ID. All right. Screw it. Closure ID options. And then closure status. All right. And once again, keeping it the same. So this will be closure ID and closure status. Okay. And that will call the original function and do its original job. So we're not creating anything too weird here. All we need to do now is activate the modal. So we'll have a function open confirm closure, open confirm modal. And then what we want in here is we quite literally want our closure ID and our closure status to come through. And then update the data. So this dot closure ID equals closure ID coming through. This dot closure status equals the closure status coming through, and then what we want to do is from there open the modal. So that would be, and I've absolutely forgotten the JavaScript for it. Do believe modal. Here we go. We've got a one which we've done before, which we just need to modify. So this will just be confirm modal equals modal document get ID, and then we just run in here. We grab the ID for the modal. we add it in, and then we just start showing it. And it's as simple as that, hopefully. So the idea is, oh wait, we need to change the this, so the button fail and button succeed to open confirm modal, like so. All right, I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds for it to redo its thing. Gonna hit reload, gonna have the console open. And then if I hit set task to 6, you know why? I hadn't been running npm run watch. That was my fault. Oh, sorry. Okay, now, this is why I do a couple of these. Start task, ready for QA, task successful, didn't work because proxy, proxy set handler returned false. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Did I put these as props? I did. These aren't meant to be props. Alright. So data, what we want is D, 0, closure, status equals, sorry, this is my bad. That's what happens when you've been working all day and you're just mentally exhausted. Alright, waiting a couple of seconds and reload. Now I'm a little worried about these warnings. So confirm, change task, closure, failed to resolve component. This is a native custom element, make sure to exclude it from is read only, is true location. Alright, I will have to fix up that, but not today. Oh, I did it again. Can't access property class list. What? No, let's track this. So console log. I'm just going to put in open confirm modal in here. So what will happen? That will open up the modal. Those should be fine. Sending the data downstream. Well, that's another thing I should be checking. So, change task list. We should have that extending out because there are multiple levels. Okay, let's hit the console again. Let's hit this. So hit the open confirm modal. Can't access property class list. I don't know what I've done here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to comment out this, I'm going to comment out this. Just going to save, wait a couple of seconds, and I'm going to refresh. I'm a little worried about those yellow things. Okay, so that worked. Next thing I'm going to do, go and do that. Gonna wait a little while. Gonna hit refresh. can hit this. All right. Now, this change task list, the data, these updated, which is good, which is what we want. So it should pass it down to, oh, I know what I've done. All right, confirmed all of this. I don't have it as a modal, sorry, as a component. All right, delete what I don't need anymore. So import confirm change task closure from, and that should be right there. And then I put in confirm change task closure. All right, I think that's it. We're getting less warnings. Failed to resolve RFC approval buttons. All right. Invalid prop. Check failed type closure status. Expected string with value 5. All right, I need to fix that around. Have I ever played around with PWAs? Not to my knowledge. What are PWAs? Let's find out, because I'm progressive web apps. No, I haven't. Built using web technologies that can be installed and run on other devices. No, I haven't. It is something, some of this I do want NearBeach to eventually have. So for example, continuing working when the device is offline. Definitely want that to actually happen. So someone could be saving something and I'll save it hopefully locally, and then when they hit the internet, it will just bang that out and update for them. Support push notifications. I mean, I don't want NearBeach to be annoying. PWAs can perform periodic updates even when the application is not running. It's kind of cool. Can access hardware features. I don't need. To allow some offline work and then push the info up. Yeah, that is something I do want to eventually get to. So yeah, that way, like if I'm on a plane or on a train or something like that, and I wanted to use the camera. Oh, do all the photos where you're like, yeah, that's something I would eventually want to actually do. I just need a lot more time and resources. Okay, going back to this, we fixed that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this. Now, we do actually have another problem. We do actually have a problem where it's saying closure status expected a string but got a number 5. So we are going to go over to value, and it is number 5. All right, so we can change that and just feed it through, make sure that, we need to convert that 5 in here. Oh yes, it's a project management system. So currently I'm working on what's called the RFC, which does sit kind of outside of project management, but it is a core component of project management because it's literally releasing or making changes to a environment and so forth like that. So yes, it's built on Django and VueJS. Yeah, welcome. I do have a Discord and a YouTube and a Twitter. I should just do one that says socials eventually. So yeah. Oh, and a GitHub. And how are you? For you snide. Alright, so if I want to pass through down here, I would want also closure status ID, and that would be type number, and default it'll be a 0. Oh, I thought there was. I must have removed it. Yeah. Alright, so closure, Alright. So I don't need closure status to pass up, because that's going to be useless. So I'll pass the ID up, and then over here we'll get the options. Where's the close this? So it'll be the status ID. Cool. Project. The alias is set this command to be of near beach does not exist. Wait, did I do something silly? Hang on. Should be, does not exist. Yeah, alright, I'll bring over the commands. Just give me 2 seconds. Bang. Bang. Alright, get to see the behind the curtain. Eventually, like, it's a slow rising curtain. Hello? Alright, I'll pull that over. Yeah, it's just a bit like that. I don't know what has happened. I swear to you, I actually saw all the commands. There is a command that is exclamation mark project. All right, now it's rendered. Don't know why I needed to put it on that screen. So we do have project in there. We don't have near beach. I can easily put that in. Commands. Oh wait. Where are we going? Where's the new one? Where's the new one? Alright, this is showing how tired I am. Is there a new command in there? Does random do the joke? The random does the joke. Alright. Repo does the repo, and then stack does that, and then if we go back to project, I should be logged in, yeah. Yeah, I'm logged in. Huh. All right, I am. Just wait. Wait. Project. I'm gonna have to fix that after stream. I think I know what I've done. Okay, going back here. So, what I want to do now So I want that, I want that, I want that. And then v bind closure status ID equals closure status ID. All right, cool. Everyone's happy about that. Closure status ID. Let's say that's going to be 0. So going down to the open modal. So the open modal we need to actually get this data. So that's actually going to be the ID. This closure status ID equals closure status ID. All right, so closure status. We're doing this already, aren't we? Do we have an enum where we're getting this data for? You know what? It'll be quicker on the front end. Use a list, no. Change tasks, no. I can feed it through. This is fine. All right. So I'm going to feed that through. So closure status. I'm going to feed it through. Should be fine. So up here will be closure status of success. It doesn't matter. We've actually got to put that in that. And then down here of failure. All right, cool. Wait a couple of seconds, we hit reload. So if we hit this, bang, set task to success. Are you sure you want to close task 11 with the status of success? We'll say no, and then nothing happens, and we're like, oops. All right, I've screwed up there. All right. So there's a reason why it doesn't close the modal, and I've got to find out why. So if I go back to archive cards, and I've got closed modal, this .archive cards modal. Oh, done something weird. All right. Archive cards modal, data, return, nothing, and then essentially I just get the modal of itself and I just close it. Alright. So in this, we actually don't need this anymore. Get current modal and close. Question mark. So const modal equals. Let's go into here and just modal. Oh. So essentially it's like this. And in reality that shouldn't be a var, that should be a const. It's not been changed. So const, confirm modal, blah, 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 and then just hide. Everyone's happy. All right. We'll wait a few seconds. We'll hit reload. We will go success. Set task successfully. God damn it. Do I need to wait a few more seconds? Failure. Oh, that doesn't work anyway. Modal is not defined. Ooh. Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah, I can fix that. Anyway, I am terribly sorry. I am fast at the moment. I'm probably going to call it there. I do need to go to bed early tonight because I do need to wake up at 6 tomorrow for a long ride. Alright, so we created Bad Cop the other day. Eternal Vampires playing a game. Let's rate Talk a bit. I don't know if we rated him the other day or not. Oh, I've got an ad. Yeah, no problem. I do hope to see you again. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. It has been at least productive today. We didn't finish everything, but hey, it's one of those nights that we are close to finishing stuff. It looks like Togglebit is... Oh, he's doing a keyboard build. All right, cool. Well, hopefully you guys find that interesting, and I shall see you Friday. So, yes. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day.
I was like, what, I'm missing all the time. They're on the other side, you muppet. Ooh. Yeah, I think D3 is right, okay? So let me just go and